Now, in Sacramento, lawmakers are burning the midnight oil, trying to pass as much legislation as they can before their session closes for the year tomorrow.
That's right, Pat. The major bills being debated include billions for homeless shelters, unemployment checks for striking workers, and banning hidden fees that raise the price on everything from airline to concert tickets.
Well, KCAL News political reporter Tom Wade is here with the very latest on all this.
It is a hectic night in Sacramento. I can tell you that. It's hundreds of bills, right? So there's a huge range of laws being considered, including what was just in your list, Juan. Add to it legalizing psychedelic drugs to new health care regulations, or whether to allow driverless big rigs. Hundreds of bills are being considered here at the last minute.
Respectfully ask for I vote.
A marathon session in Sacramento as lawmakers race against the clock to crank through as much legislation before lawmakers close up shop for the year on Friday. On the docket, some controversial legislation, including bills addressing the homeless crisis.
I think homelessness dominates every aspect of the California budget and California politics.
Governor Newsom is pushing two bills that would add 10,000 new shelter beds for homeless people with mental illness or addiction and staff them. People could be forced to enter even if they don't want to. The cost, $6 billion. The state would sell bonds to finance them. Lawmakers must vote by Friday morning. Voters would have to approve next year.
I know that some mental health advocates felt that there wasn't going to be language in here about involuntarily placing people in housing and giving people treatment, but that's language that does mirror other laws that we have on the books. There's been controversy about those laws, but those are laws that are in effect and that actually are being implemented daily.
Lawmakers have already approved, and Newsom must sign or veto these bills. Limits on how much landlords can charge for security deposits, 1 month only. Banning so-called junk fees or hidden charges for hotels, airlines, and concert tickets. And a child sex trafficking crackdown with much stiffer prison time. Lawmakers also approved letting striking workers like actors and writers qualify for unemployment benefits. The controversy here, it was opposed by business groups who argued strikers voluntarily leave their jobs. Governor Newsom has not said if he will sign it.
This is sort of a moment where laborers have quite a bit of leverage. How it impacts or intersects with politics is that Newsom's got a calculation here. He's not running for governor again, and it's clear he's thinking about a presidential run. He doesn't want to risk alienating labor voters, and he also doesn't want to alienate those who are on the fence or maybe don't see the point of strikes in particular.
Newsom will have several weeks to sign off or not sign off on these bills. But remember, Democrats hold a supermajority in the legislature and could potentially override Governor Newsom. So maybe there'll be some drama on some of these bills. We'll see.
Well, you did reach out to the governor.
Yeah.
Tom, did he give you any indication as to whether he's going to sign the strike bill or not?
No, we did not hear back from him. And that's one of those interesting ones, Pat and Juan, because if the governor, did veto it, as I mentioned, the Democrats have enough, they could overrule it. And it could actually give him some protection in a way, because if he does have national aspirations, right, to become president in the next not this coming one, apparently he's saying